Hey guys, I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Elia, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to reach a V-seat. You need strength and flexibility, and I do want to start with the flexibility part. You need flexibility in the posterior part of your legs, alright? And this exercise is really good to start stretching your hamstrings and your glutes. Now you want to keep one leg bent or straight, as here I'm demonstrating with the straight leg, and you want to wrap a band around one foot. Now you remain on the floor with the other foot and you bring your straight leg toward your chest, toward your trunk. You want to keep both hips well pressed against the floor as you do that, and pull your leg toward your trunk as much as possible. The second exercise is always for your posterior chain, but in this case for your calves. You want to put one toe on some yoga blocks and the heel on the floor. At this point, you want to gently lean forward with your hips and with your trunk. Don't forget about your hips. Your hips have to shift forward. You can put an object or something like that in front of you and go down with your hands and with your trunk to intensify the stretch even more. The third flexibility exercise is really intense for your calves, for your hamstrings, and for your glutes. You want to put one foot against the wall in front of you and touch the wall with your hands to start with. Now, as you can see, I'm not touching the wall with my heel at first, but then as you get better and better, you also want to press the heel against the wall. At this point, starting with your hands on top, so on the wall, against the wall, you do want to gently move your hands down, first on some yoga blocks, then on the floor, and finally here, you want to touch your front leg with your chest. Exercise number 4, the one leg standing pike. Start with your legs apart straight, fold your trunk toward your front leg and bend your front knee. Wrap your front knee with one arm and press your chest against the knee. Now you want to straighten your front leg and stop whenever you feel that you are losing the contact between your chest and the knee, because that contact has to remain there at all times during this stretch. With time, as you get better and better, you do want to straighten your front leg completely, and this is when you got really flexible hamstrings. Exercise number 5 for your glutes flexibility, really important for your posterior chain flexibility as well. You want to lie down on your back, put one foot against the wall and one foot on top of the other knee. Now you want to bend the leg which you have against the wall and push the other knee against the wall, all right? Because this is going to rotate your hips and create a stretch on your glutes and your piriformis. You want to pull the knee of the leg which stays on the wall toward your chest as much as you can to create the stretch. Exercise number 6, the pike stretch, a complete stretch for your posterior chain. Now you want to stand on a support. I'm using a chair, you can use a bench or a box or whatever, and you want to start with your legs straight. Grab a weight with your hands and drive your body toward your legs and down. Letting the weight pull your body as close as possible to your legs and down. You can also experiment with that dynamic variation where you bend your legs, you touch your chest with your knees, and you extend your legs, making sure that those legs stay straight when you gotta keep them straight, all right? Now, let's talk about shoulders flexibility, because this is really important as well to develop if you want to achieve the V-seat, especially in your delts and in your chest. If this is a shoulder extension, you want to start sitting on the floor, you want to put your hands by your sides, and you want to keep your arms straight. Now, pull your shoulders back and down, so really open your chest out, and keeping the shoulders in that exact same place and your arms straight, you do want to drive your hips forward. The more you do that, the more intense the stretch will be. Now, our last flexibility exercise mixes everything together. A shoulder stretch with a posterior chain stretch, and this is the pike stretch with shoulder extension. Now look at what I'm doing here. I'm grabbing a stick with a weight on it, I'm going into a pike stretch with my legs straight, and I'm driving my torso toward my legs. As I do that, I extend my shoulders and I let the weight pull my shoulders into extension, and also my body toward my legs. All right, so I'm mixing a shoulder exercise with a posterior chain exercise here for maximum results. Now, let's talk about active flexibility, because active flexibility is critical in a V-sit. Now, look at what I'm doing here. I'm holding my foot with my hands, but if I release the foot, I'm holding this position with the strength of my muscles, which is exactly what an active stretch is. The first active stretch you do want to do is exactly this. You want to grab one foot sitting down on the floor, keep one leg straight in front of you, and bring the other leg toward your trunk with your leg straight, with your knee straight. Now you want to remain there, grabbing the foot for a couple of seconds. Then you want to release the foot and stay there with the only strength of your muscles. You can hold this position for 10 to 20 seconds and repeat on both sides. The second active flexibility exercise you want to do is the pike pulse. You want to start sitting on the floor with both of your legs straight in front of you. You want to put your hands on some yoga blocks, and from there you do want to lift one foot per time, keeping your legs straight and your trunk flexed toward your legs as much as possible. If you want to make the exercise harder at first, you just have to push your trunk further toward your legs. As you get better and better, you got two main strategies. The first one is putting your hands on the floor rather than on the yoga blocks. This is going to make the exercise more intense. And the second one, which is the most important one, is this. Rather than lifting one foot per time, you do want to lift both of your feet off the floor at the same time, keeping your legs straight. Of course, you can start with your hands on the blocks and then move the hands down. As you lift, maintain the top position, both with one leg or with both legs together, for a couple of seconds at least. Alright, now that you got the flexibility and active flexibility, it's time for you to think about the strength. But I gotta be clear, there's no V-sit without flexibility. Flexibility comes first, then think about the strength. This is the first exercise for your strength and is the reverse plank lean. Start with your arms straight and your shoulders pulled back. Now straighten your legs, lift your hips up and put them in line with your feet and shoulders. So feet, hips and shoulders on the same line. And from this position here, keeping your chest out, pushed out, you do want to lean back with your shoulders, which means that you do want to start with your shoulders on top of your hands and then lean back, keeping your shoulders pulled back and your arms straight at all times. Second strength exercise here, we got the L's. It makes sure that your arms are straight and that you push your shoulders down. You can start on some supports as I'm doing here. At first, you do want to engage your core and lift your knees up, keeping your legs bent. Then, always engaging your core and lifting your knees up, you do want to extend one leg per time. Keep your arms straight and your shoulders well pressed against the floor. Now, third progression, you do want to straighten both of your legs, but you do want to maintain your feet not exactly in line with your hips, it's just slightly lower. Then from there, you can lift your legs up and down for reps. And finally, you can keep your legs straight, but you got your hands on the supports. To make it even harder, you do want to perform the L-sit on the floor. Shoulders down, arms are straight, feet in line with your hips. Third strength exercise, maybe the most important one, the middle split hold. You want to start with exactly the same setup as in an L-sit. So arms are straight, shoulders pushed down and back this time, really important. Pull your shoulders back, keep your arms straight. Now spread your knees apart and your legs apart in front of your forearms and don't touch your forearms with your legs. Now bend your knees at 90 degrees at first. This is the first progression. Then, as you can hold this for 10 to 20 seconds, you can try the second variation. Legs straight, exact same technique. So arms are straight, shoulders back and down, but this time your legs are straight. Don't touch your forearms with your legs. Strength exercise number 4, the V-sit against the wall. Now, it's really important that you understand how to do it, all right? So, push your shoulders back and down, your hips against the wall, and your feet against the wall. But you don't want to rest against the wall. It's really important that you try to lift your feet off the floor. So you do want to pull your feet toward your trunk at all times. So you want to lean not toward the wall, but back. You do want to use the wall just to get into the correct position, and from there you do want to lean back. Keep your arms straight and your shoulders pushed down and pulled back. Strength exercise number 5, the bent legs V-sit in a straddle. All right, so you do want to straddle your legs, bend your knees at 90 degrees or more, and pull your knees toward your chest. Now keep your arms straight, your shoulders pushed down and back, and now lift your legs and also your hips as much as possible in front of you and up. As you get better and better, you can straighten your legs up, all right? And you go into a straddle V-sit, all right? So at first, you do want to maintain your legs in a straddle position, and then as you can hold this for at least 8 to 10 seconds, you can try your full V-sit. You are there. Congratulations.
Hey, if you want to get the V-sit for strong core and superhuman flexibility, you should check out this book, The V-sit, with all the exercises you need to get there. You can check it out on Amazon right now.